Manikanta, Manikanta,
Yes, sir.
ನೀ ಎಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ನೋಡಿ ಏನಪ್ಪ
ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೋಡಿ.
ನೀನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾತಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಸಿದ್ರ
ಇಲ್ಲ.
ನಿನ್ನೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಕರೆದು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಸಿದಪ್ಪ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾತಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲೋ. ಇರ್ದಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ನಾಗ ಅದಿ ಇಲ್ಲ?
ಹಲೋ.
ಹಾ ಮಣಿಕಂಠ, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ನಾಗ ಅದೇನ? ಕೇಳ್ಸಾತೈತಂಪ? Am I audible to you, Manikant? Waste candidate. Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, Vanishri, are you able to join today?
Yes, sir.
That's good. What about Srinidhi? Srinidhi, have you joined? Srinidhi has not yet joined. The same thing out. Okay. It's 26. Only 26. What about others? How many were there in the morning class? How many students were there in the morning class?
Nearly 31 to
31.
that's
Now they are having lunch or what? You people had your lunch or not?
no, sir.
No, sir.
There was no more gap, no, then 12 to 1. That was not the lunch time or what?
Had, sir.
Huh? Or you are so eager to learn first classes first and then have lunch and all? Huh? Yes. Waiting to finish or during the class time only you'll have lunch?
No,
No, sir.
no, sir.
This is not true. Huh? Because however we will be taking classes, you will not be turning on your camera, so you'll be having lunch, right? Same time.
No, sir. No, sir.
Some
Even if have lunch also no problem, but answer we sit in front of camera only, so if I ask anything then answer, that's it. Okay. Lunch and
okay.
same time. Huh? No issue with that. Okay, fine. Shall I start the class?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. So today, we are going to start the third module. So in last two modules, we learned about the fundamentals of Python programming language. So basically, you learned about different data types. So like list, dictionary, tuple, strings, and even other normal data, how to create variables. Okay, then how to use methods on the various data types like list, dictionary, and all. We studied. And we saw so many application programs, how to build application programs with the help of Python modules and Python methods available on strings, list, tuple, and also on, right? So we worked on all those in the last two modules. So from third module, you are going to learn about how to automate the stuffs, like I mean like different kinds of tasks. There will be different kinds of tasks in the applications. So how to automate those kind of tasks here? So for that, one of the very powerful concept is the regular expressions. So this is not there only in the Python programming language. This is one of the fundamental concept and more powerful concept available in most of the programming languages. So not only in Python. So the Python is this semester you are going to learn this regular expressions concept in Python. So later in the next semester, in the sixth semester, there is a one subject called as system software and compiler design, where you are going to learn about one more language called as Lex and DAC, where in Lex and DAC also you are going to use the concept called as regular expressions. And even in the seventh semester you are going to learn about a subject called as web technology, web programming, where in web programming with the JavaScript. So how to use these regular expressions in the JavaScript, because one of the powerful tool, this is one of the powerful tool in the JavaScript programming language. Yes, because most of the data validation, to take simple examples, I'll start with that only. Before I start, what is regular expression, how to use regular expression and all that. So I'll take you what is the power behind this regular expressions. That after that you only will come to know that yes, this is really required for us, because most of the applications deal with this regular expression and makes the task more and more simpler. Okay, much more simpler than what we actually do with our own logic of code. Okay, so we'll start with that one first, and then obviously we'll come to know with those two examples. So one example is given in book, another example I have taken, which is related to your database, like student database. With those two examples, you'll understand the power behind the regular expressions, and then we'll come to the definition of regular expression, how to use, what are the meta characters available, and so on. All we will discuss later, right? Okay, let's start with the first example. So the first example, what I'm going to take here is, yeah. So the first example that I'm going to take here is this one. Yeah, program to validate a phone number. Program to validate a phone number of the format. This one. Okay, right. This is digit. Okay, take DDD, right? Hyphen, then followed by 3 digits, hyphen, then 4 digits, right? Yeah. Right. So that's the program I want to write now. So what is a program to validate a phone number? A program to validate a phone number. So the format of the phone number is 3 digits followed by an hyphen, followed by 3 digits, followed by an hyphen, followed by 4 digits, right? So the totally it is having how many digits here? So 10 digits plus 2 hyphens. There is length of the phone number. The length of the phone number is 12 digits, right? Length of the phone number is 12. Out of the 12 characters, so first 3 are numbers, next is an hyphen, then next 3 are again digits and hyphen, followed by next 4 are numbers. So now whatever the data I give, so that data is to be validated whether it is a phone number or not. If it is a phone number, then it has to print yes, it is a phone number. Otherwise it has to print it is not a phone number. Did you get the problem statement first?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Yes, sir.
You understand the problem statement? Now you need to design a program for this one. Let us start here, right? I'll write a function
Yes,
definition for this. One. Now I'm writing a program called as is phone number. Okay, a definition function called as is phone number, and I'm going to pass a data to it, right? For example, text, right? Is phone number of text. right? So I'll be taking your example. I'll be taking an example like see 1 2 3 hyphen 1 2 3 hyphen 4 5 6 hyphen 1 2 3 4. This is the phone number. So this phone number I want to verify, is it in the correct format or not? If it is in the correct format, then I have to print yes, it is a phone number. Otherwise it has to print it is not a phone number, right? Now I started a definition here. That definition, this function definition will verify whether a given data is a phone number or not, right? Let's check out here. If length of first condition, what is the first condition here? The data should have a 12 characters. Am I correct? Total data should be of 12 characters, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. That's
Yes.
why what I'm doing here, I'm checking the length of the text. Length of the text. If length of the text not equals to 12, if length of the text is not equals to 12, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to return false. Sorry, I'm going to return false. So which means it's not a valid. It's not a valid data. If it is less than 12 or if it is more than 12 characters length, then it is a invalid data. Did you understand this one first? First case?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Next, I'm going to take a second one now. That is right here. First three digits here. You see here. First three digits. What is here? First three number letters are numbers, right? First three numbers are letters, right? So I can do here with a looping for I in range of what is the index value? Try to understand here. I'm going to write the index value here. The first character is at position 0, right? Second character is at position 2. Then third character is at position 2. Then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then it's 10. Then 11. Right. So since 12 digits, 12 character length of text I have, so the index values are 0, 1, 2 up to 11. Right. Now I want to check out the first three index values for the first three index values. So that's why I'm going to take here range of 0 to 3. Is this correct? Range of 0 to 3. If I use range of 0 to 3, it is going to generate the numbers between 0, 1 and 2. 3 will not be included. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Because we
Yes,
already
sir.
gone through all these methods, right? So range function is going to generate from starting number 2 up to the last number, but not including the last number. That is 0 to 2, but 3 will not be included. Right? Now, if not, right, not text of, look at here, text of I, since I is having the number which is generated from the range function, so text of I is decimal. You already learned this function, right? Is decimal. Yes, string, it is a string, right? To check whether it is a decimal or not, because I want to know whether the first character is a decimal or not, whether the second character is a decimal or not, whether the third character is a decimal or not. So that I can do with the method called as is decimal. Did you know this one? Do you remember this? Just in the previous class only we discussed with the strings to check whether a character is a decimal or not, whether it's alpha or not, whether it's alphanumeric or not, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Not decimal. If it is not a decimal number, that's why I've taken not here. If it is not a decimal, then it's not a valid data, right? It is not a valid data. So I'm going to return false. Sorry. I'm going to return. Sorry. I'm going to return false. Return. Right. Return. Right. Did you understand this one? Yeah. So afterwards I'll save it. Okay. Right.
Yes, sir.
So with this for loop, what we did here, with this for loop, what we did, we verified only
First three
digits.
numbers.
First three
Yes,
numbers.
first three digits. The next one is hyphen. So we want to verify this hyphen. So let's check out here. If not, again take a not, negation of it, right? Text of, right? What is the index value of this hyphen? What is the index value of this hyphen?
3.
3.
3, sir.
I'll write here 3. If it is not equals to, right, if it is not equals to hyphen, look at here, if it is not equals to hyphen, then what I'm going to do here, I'm going to return.
Return false.
False.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Then we have to check for another 3 digits, right? Next 3 numbers, next 3 values should be of digits only, right? So shall I reuse this? Shall I reuse this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but what should be the value here? What should be
Yes,
the
sir.
value here? In the range, what should be the values here?
4 to
4
7.
to 7.
4 to
4
7.
to 7.
Here, the index 4, 5, 6, these three I want to verify. So
4
for
to
that,
7, sir.
the index value here 4, 5, 6. So 4, 5, 6 mean I need to include from 4 to 7. Am I
7.
right? Okay, so let it be. Right. After that, so now again next 3 digits been verified. Right. Again after that I have another hyphen. Whose
Yes.
value index value is 8. Whose index value is 8. So go for it there. Sorry, whose index value is 7.
7, sir.
Whose index value is 7. So go for that. Right. Here you make it 7. If not text of 7 is not equals to null, then return false. Right. Then after that, what's next? Next 4 digits are there. 4 digits are there. What are the indices of those 4 numbers? 8, 9, 10, 11.
11.
Correct. Right. Then
Yes.
take a copy of this one.
8 to 11.
Take a copy of this one. Then
Well,
what's
sir.
the index value here? 8 to 12. So that it will include up to 11. Right. 12 will not be taken into count. Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If either of these conditions are false, if either of these conditions are true, that is going to return false here. Look at here. In all the cases, we are written false. If neither of these conditions are true, then obviously what it has to return is true. Right? Did you get this one?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes,
Now
sir.
definition has got over here. Definition has got over. To verify the phone number, the definition of the function is got over. Now take on sample data. So I'll take your text. Right. I'll take this data only. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. This is the data I want to verify. Now I'll call a print function to print the result, either true or false. Right. True or false. Now I'll call the function that is phone number. Right. Phone number. Or I'll pass the data, that is text, as input to the function. Right. This is enough. Now save this program. So they save this program. So what is the program here? This program is to check the phone number, but I'm not using here any regular expression. So I'll write it as without regular expression. Phone number without regular expression. Right. Now run this code. What happened? Str object has no attribute, is decimal. Okay, what happened here? Is decimal. Right. Check it. So is decimal. Is decimal. Right. So sorry, what we got here? False. If here we are written. Okay. 1 minute. Stop here. Not equals to. Right. So look at here now. So here, as I use not here. So you should check with the if text3 is equals to hyphen, then if not text equals to hyphen, then you have to test to return false. Right. Now look at here. The data given is 1, 2, 3, hyphen 4, 5, 6, hyphen 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a valid phone number. Now what I got here is the result. What is the result I got? True. So that means it's valid data. Suppose here what I'll do now, I'll take here E. Right. Here I'll take a F. Now what it should give? What should be the output now?
False.
It has to return false. Now look at here. We got this one as
False.
Did you understand this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just to write one simple program to verify this phone number. Okay, just to write a simple program to verify this number. Look at the length of the code here.
Yes, sir.
But here I'm not using the regular expression concept. Just I'm doing it with our own logic. We are doing it with our own logic to verify whether number follows this format or not. Follows the correct format or not. Right? We are getting this one. Right? But so what we can do here, so with the help of regular expression, this program can be written with only 2 lines. This program can be written with only 2 lines. How? Is it really possible? Yes. Did you understand this problem first? Program.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Let
sir.
us take another.
Yes, sir.
Let's take another one. Okay. After that, I'll go for this one. Right. Let us take another example. Right. Program to validate USN number. Because you know already USN number and all. Right. So example, I'll take an example. What is the example? You take one example. So 2RH19CS001 is the number from your batch. Right. First number, USN number from your batch. That is 2RH19CS001. Right. Then look into the index values here. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. Correct. This is the USN number, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So what is the format of this USN number? What is the format of this USN number? First character is always a digit, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In university, in our ET university, there are 4 reasons, right? 4 reasons. The first reason is having the number 1. Second reason, that is Belgaum reason, is having number 2. Then third reason is having number 3. Then fourth reason is having number 4. That's how 4 reasons are there in university. Like first digit will be either 1, 2, 3 or 4. Right? Then next one. The next one. 2 letters indicates the college code. 2 letters indicates the college code. 2 alphabets indicates the college code. That is RH indicates the Rural Engineering College Ulkoti. Like other colleges will have 2 letters. Did you get this one now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Then the next 2 digits indicates the year of admission. Next 2 digits, next 2 letters are digits. So they indicate, those 2 digits indicate the year of admission. Right. The next 2 are the letters. The next 2 are alphabets. They indicate the branch of the student. Right. And the next 3 are the digits. The next 3 letters are the digits. So they indicate the serial number of the student. Right. That's how the USN number is framed. That's how the USN number is framed, which is having a meaning, right? Purpose and meaning for every digit and every letter that it has a meaning. Right. Now I want to verify this one. Right. Now again write the function definition. So I'll write here is USN of. So I'll take a USN as an input for this one. Right. Now first one again I can check the length of the USN number. What should be the length of the USN number? What is the length of the USN number?
10, sir.
10.
10, sir.
So what I should write here then? Tell me what I should write here. If len of yes USN
USN
USN not equals to
not equal to
10.
yes not equals to
return false.
should return false. Right. Then if length is now the length of the data should be always 10, otherwise it should be taken as false, mean invalid data. Right. Yes, that's it. Now next one. How you start with to check the format of the USN number, whether the given data is having the correct USN number or not. Yes, the first letter should be always a first character should be always a digit. Right. Then how to check that one? Since it is only single character length, first one is a single character length. So no need of a for loop here. Right? No need of for loop, right?
Yes, sir.
Then right. How you
Yes,
should,
sir.
how I should write it?
If USN of 0.
If not, yes, text of, sorry, not text, USN
USN of
of I
0.
Of 0.
0, right? Not equals to, right? Yes, sorry,
Equals to, sir.
Sir.
is decimal. We are checking whether it's a digit or not, right? So that's why USN of 0, this one, first digit, first letter is the digit or not. If not decimal, if the first character is not a decimal, then
Return false.
False.
should return false. Right. Then the next two letters. What are here? Next 2 characters are alphabets. Next 2 characters alphabets. So go for a loop. For in range of yes, what should be the values here for range?
1 to 3.
1 to 3.
1, 3. 1, 3. Right. because indices of R
Yes, sir.
1, 2. So we need to include 1, 3 here, right? Then again, if not, US enough, if not, US enough. Yes, what you should write here? What you should write here? They are alphabets now. They are
Alpha.
not digits.
Is
Alpha.
Yes,
yes.
alpha is the function to choose here, right? Yesterday only you studied, right? In last class only you studied these methods, last few classes, right? Then, sorry, put a colon here, then return false.
False.
Okay. Then next one. What here? Two digits. Next to are digits, right? So shall I take the same for loop here? Shall I take this?
Yes, sir.
Then what I
Yes,
should
sir.
modify? What are the modifications I should do here?
3 to 5.
3
3
to
comma 5.
3 comma 5, right? Correct. Then what about here?
Is decimal.
Yes,
He is
decimal. Right, exactly. Is decimal. Good, good. Right, is decimal. If not decimal, then return false.
Return
Right.
false.
And then what's next?
Same for loop, sir.
Same, sir. For loop.
Same for loop.
We had used here. This one should be used. Right. Right. Here indices.
5, 7.
5 to 7. 5 comma 7.
Yes,
7.
5,7. Right, 5,7. Right. Then is alpha is required. Is alpha only should be written here. Right. Because alphabets are there. Next to our alphabets. That's why we have to use here alpha. Right. Next one.
Same, sir.
For I in range 7 comma 10.
7, 10.
Sorry. Here 5 to
7,
not 7 to how much? 10.
10
Yes,
10, sir.
is decimal only.
7, 10.
Decimal.
Right. If not decimal, then return false. Otherwise, finally we have to
Return
return
true.
right.
Return
Right. Then now I will take a USN number.
USN is equals to RH.
RH 19 CS.
93001.
Right. Then call the function with the
Print USN.
Easy
USN.
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 Right. Done. So now this one is to USN. USN check
Without regular expression.
without regular expression. Right. Done. Now execute this code. Now got it here. We got here true. Right. We got the true. Right. Now if I do modification here, for example, here 19 instead of 19, what I'll do here now, I'll take some alphabet here. Right. Now what it should give now?
False.
False.
Whether it will give false or not, we'll verify. Right. So we got here, it's a false. Right.
False.
Did you understand from these two
Yes, sir.
examples? So we
Yes, sir.
require some applications requires us to do the data validation. This is really required in the web application. When you design web applications, suppose if you are writing a web application for registration form, assume that you are writing we are creating a web form, for registration purpose. You are taking a name of the student, you are taking a name of the like a date of birth, you are taking age of the student, you are taking some year of admission, so on. You are taking some data. Suppose if the user enters the name of the student, so okay, so in the name of the student, if he types some numbers, then will you allow him? Or should we allow?
No, sir.
No. So that text box should be prevented from typing the numbers, right? So that should have only alphabets. Name should have only alphabets, like age of a student. So you are asking age of a student. If suppose a user types as XY, then will you allow? Will you take that data as valid data?
No, sir.
No, that should be prevented.
No, sir.
Be prevented. So you should state the user that you are entering wrong data. Right. So where in these, in such applications, in such cases, you require so these kind of task, right? But do you write this kind of code? Do you write this kind of use code for doing this simple task? Is it necessary to write this much? Okay, dear. For just one USN number, we written this much code. For just verifying one phone number, we wrote this much code. Is it really required? Right. So for that purpose only, we have a powerful concept called as regular expressions. I think even in subject called as automata theory and this one ATC, right? You are learning about formal languages, right? Formal languages. Yes or no? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Yes, you say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
What you are studying, no, is the mean to implement these regular expression. The basics are the ATC. Okay, automata theory and concepts, right? So it has come from that. Okay, it has come from that. Like most of the compilers do use these regular expressions. Even in like you do searching, right? You do searching. So for where in search, when you do searching in PDF files or in Word document, so there they use this regular expressions. So I'll tell you afterwards. I'll tell you all those concepts, how to use and how to work with regular expressions. Let's state here. So take these two example programs and we write with the help of regular expression now. Okay, what are the steps you need to follow for writing regular expressions? So the first step is to import the package called as RE. Regular expression whose module is the name of the module is RE. It comes built in with the Python. When you install Python, even the RE will be installed with that. So just you can import this module, right? After this one, the next step is to create the regular expression object, right? So when you want to use regular expression in your program, you need to create an object of that regular expression, right? For example, for this, if I'm writing the code for this phone number, then create one variable, right? I'll just call this as reg phone regular expression, phone number regular expression. It's the name of the object, right? Then how to create that one? So for that, we have a function called as compile. Re dot compile. Then to specify the raw data, mean to escape the meta characters using as to treat the meta characters as backslash characters itself, right? We use the raw data, right? So we'll go for your raw data. Then to match the digits, so here we wrote this much. See here, text of I dot is decimal, right? Instead of that, in regular expression, simple, you can write this /d. That's it. Simple /d will match one single digit. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
So then what is the format to be written here then? What is the format to be written for this one? Yes, let us take this one. Right? Here, so that I can, instead of switching between the windows, I can show it directly. Like first digit now been matched here with the person /d. This first digit has been matched. Now to match the second digit, use another one. To match the third one, use another one. Then hyphen, just like write it as just hyphen, because here we are taking this as a raw data. Raw data mean whatever you specify within the double quote, same will be taken into consideration, right? Then again /d. So 3 digits, then followed by /d.
Hyphen /d /d.
Over now, right? So this one line of code will do the matching of this one. Over. Will ಎಷ್ಟು code ಬರ್ದಿವಲ್ಲ ಇಷ್ಟು code necessity ನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಷ್ಟೇ one line ಸಾಕಿದೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Did you understand?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I'm calling this as one of the powerful feature of the programming language. It's not only in Python, Java is also having this one, C++ is having this one. Almost all programming languages have this feature, right? Then next, to search for the matched objects, mean with the content that we want to search with this pattern, with this regular expression. So you can use some variable. I'll take here, this I'm just calling it as matched object, to know the matched object, right? Now I'll take a first, before that I'll take a data, that is text. Okay, I'll write here the phone number. Okay, I'll let it be, otherwise I'll write here, right? Take directly. Then use the expression, regular expression which you want to use for the matching, right? Phone number, phone, regular expression. Then use the function called as search to search for this particular pattern. This we call as pattern. Regular expression is called as pattern. So to search this pattern in the text. So my phone number is right, 1 2 3 4 5 6, then 1 2 3 4, right? This is the text I have, right? Now what this function is going, what this line is going to do here, you see, search function is basically is used to search for the particular pattern in the given text. So this is the given text. Within this given text, does this pattern exist? Does this pattern exist? Because here I'm using this phone regular expression. Mean that this phone regular expression is an object for this pattern. So does this pattern exist in this content? If yes, then that matched object, obviously this will be matching to that pattern. So this matched object will be stored in YAML, variable called as YAML. So that's why to print that I'm going to use here just YAML.group. I'm going to discuss in detail about all these later. So I'll discuss one by one, okay, how to create object and how to with the different patterns and all that, right? That's it. So these 4 lines will do the job for us now, right? This one I'll call this as phone check, phone number, but this time it is with regular expression. So I'll take now instance with regular expression. Right, now run this code. Yes, look at here what we got. Yes, earlier we were just saying true or false, right? Now what we are doing here in this one, we are searching for the text. We are searching in the text for the pattern. For this pattern we are searching for the text, right? Yes, this text is there. So I can write here just something like this, right? Phone number found. Phone number found is, so this I'll write. Okay. Look at here now. Phone number found is this one. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Now suppose here if I make some changes, look at here now. If I change one letter, just one character I changed here. Instead of 5, I put it X here. Now will it match? Will it match to that particular format?
No, sir.
Right? So just execute here.
No, sir.
None type. So mean we didn't get that one because we are not handling errors and all. If a no match is there, so that's for that we are not matching. We are not writing anything, right? So that's why simple we got error message. If it matches to respective data, if it matches to the respective format, then it is going to display the content which has matched with the format, match for the given format. So look at here, this is the content match for that particular format. Yes, which one is simple? Whether you go for this one or you go for this one. ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ಬರಿ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಬರೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ?
Using regular expressions.
This is one simple feature I shown you, right? There are so many examples we'll take in. So many examples are there. Even some projects are there here in this chapter. Some projects we'll take those projects later. Okay, right? So this is one. So even you can simplify this one. Look at here. Just I can write here 3 times it has to come. So I wrote it as just instead of phrase, right? I wrote it as 3. Slash d has to appear 3 times. Okay, then slash d has to come 4 times. So this way also you can do the same thing now. Look at here now. Again, got the same thing. All right. So many things are there. So many things are there in the regular expression. Some characters are there. If we understand all those characters of the regular expression, then it's a fun to work with the regular expression. Right?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting interest to work on this one?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right. Then now write the code for USN. Write the code for USN. What you will do? What do you write for this one now?